Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to try to make a counter app using Flet, which is a framework of Python, and I'm going to try to make an app in which there is going to be a button, and when I press the button, uh, a number pops up starting from, I don't know, 0 or maybe 1, and you press the button as many times and the number increases. So it's a simple counter app. Okay, so let's get to it. First, I want to set my resolution and go into full screen. Alright, so let me just open up the stuff that we need. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to open up Visual Studio Code. So let's do that. Okay, so let me just create a new file. There it is. And let me give it a name. Lit. I'm actually not able to rename this. So that is like really weird. But hold it. Let me just delete this. Where is it? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Trying to make tables. Oh, it's not even saved. Alright. It's going to be the counter app. Saving in downloads. It's going to be Python. Where is it? Python. Alright. Saving in downloads. Okay, so this is the counter app. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to import Flet as import the necessary modules. And yeah, that's it. I'm just going to define a function, call this a function, put a colon at the end, and for now this function is not going to do anything. I just want to run my app. I'm going to pass the function here, the function name, and that should... Why is this not working? Still loading. This is so slow. Alright, so this should probably run the app. So I'm going to run the app and let's check out the result. Okay, there it is. A function takes 0 positional arguments, but 1 was given. Okay, that is not a problem. Now what I want to do is I want to set the width and the height for the window. I'm going to set this to like 500, but first I forgot to access the page from the Flet library, from the Flet module, and then create an object for it. There it is, it's created. Now from the object I can access some properties like this. Set the height to 500. Alright, now what I'm going to do is page.horizontal alignment is going to be equal to center. Center everything horizontally on the x-axis, and then center everything vertically on the on the y-axis, because horizontal is for x and vertical is for y. But I might be wrong. There might be some other sort of configuration in this. There might be some sort of other configuration that I may not know about. But yeah, you can tell me in the comments. And let me just run the app and see what happens. Alright, it's not setting the dimensions like last time, so I just need to add some stuff. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add a button first. Let me just first add a button. Page.add. Let me first, I just want to add a button. How do I do that? I think that was ft.text button. This is it. This is going to add the button, and I'm just going to type press. That's it. And put this in a variable. The button. Put this in the button. And what I want to do next is I want to add some text. T.text. And that's going to say the value is going to be equal to 1. Alright, here we go. And I need to put that in the text as well. Text. Alright, there we go. And I just have to add everything. Is that add the button and the text. Alright, so I'm running it and it works. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to import some stuff. I'm going to write down some important stuff. But before that, alright, so it's going to be Flet storage environment variable. So what this is going to do is it's going to give me some important information about the environment variables in Flet, which I'm going to be using in this to save the state of my app. Particularly, it is this one, read and write files. This is going to be it. I'm going to be using Flet app storage data because I'm actually going to store some stuff in this. So how to do that? This is how you do that. Import the operating system module. And then what I want to do is, okay, I want to get the Flet app storage data. Alright, so os.getEnv is going to get the environment variable, and it has a specific name, Flet app storage data. All right, Flet app storage data. That's it. And just assign that to a variable. I'm going to assign that to a variable, which is going to be app data path. Okay. App data path. Hold on. Is this like? Oh, okay. App data path. App data path. All right, there we go. So what I've done is, this is from the operating system module. We're getting the environment variable, which is flat app storage data, and we're storing that in this variable. All right. Okay. What I'm gonna do next is, I'm gonna create another variable called my file path. All right. So what I need to do next is hold it. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is what I was looking for. So my file path. So what this is gonna do is I need to create a file as well. I don't know. Okay. So first, this is gonna give me a path somewhere. It's not yet created. It has not been created yet, but I'm gonna create it later on. All right, no worries about that. Now, okay, I'm gonna join. This is gonna be like joining two paths. os.path.join. I need to pass two parameters as well. The first is gonna be this app data path. This is gonna be the first path. And this is gonna be the second path, the directory. Let me create a file called flet file storage dot py. I'm gonna call it that. So what this is gonna do is, wherever this file is, it's gonna put that file in this directory, because this is actually a directory now. I haven't created this directory yet. I'll do that. I'll tell you about that later. But what this is going to do is going to get this environment variable when I obviously set it later. And it's going to store that path inside this variable. Then what's going to happen is I create another variable. This is going to join two paths. This is our first path, which we got from this. And this file is going to be sitting somewhere after I create it, obviously. It's going to store this, put this file inside this. So, and then we're going to have a unified path, a single path where this file is sitting. It's going to be a single path. And this file is obviously going to be, uh, with this, it's going to be joined. Like, I can directly say inside, I can say that it's going to get joined. So it's going to be a single path. So it's not inside it, but it's actually joined. So there were two different paths, and now we're going to get one path. That's it. And obviously this file is going to be there, because we're joining the paths somehow. Alright, and I need to also define two functions. Because why I'm doing all this, so that we can save the state of our file. So I'll tell you about that later. First I need to define two functions. The first is going to be the load state, which is going to load stuff. But in order to do that, I need to first save state. I need to define a function called the save state. First it's going to save the stuff, the state of the file. What this is going to do is, with open my file path. So this is going to open the file path, because this file is going to be sitting inside this path. I'm going to open that up, and the file path open. And then I'm just going to, what is going to be the mode? We're going to save the state. So this needs to be a write. We're going to write something. I think this is the correct way. And I'm just going to, so what this is going to do is, it's going to open up this file path, and W means write. We're going to write some stuff. We're going to write into a file. We're going to write inside this file. We're going to write something inside it. And I'm giving that file a temporary name, f. And what I'm going to do next is f.write. we're gonna pass something into this, okay, later on. And I can save this into some variable called anything. Return something. Just call this return something, and this is gonna save the file. Alright, so I need to work on this function later on. I'm gonna create the logic for the button, the counter. Let's create the logic for the counter, and how I'm gonna do that is, so every time the button is pressed, it needs to like call something that is going to increase the counter, right? So the button, this is gonna be the label. If I run this, hold it. Alright. Well, let me just cut all this. I just want to check if this is actually working. I just want to check it out. Yeah, label is not working. Label is not working. Okay, so if label doesn't work, what else does it take? Text. Okay, it wasn't value, it was actually text. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is make the logic for the button. So whenever the button is pressed, right? Whenever the button is pressed, I want it to do something. So on click. Whenever the button is clicked, we're gonna call a function. And I'm gonna name that function counter increaser. Hold it. Counter. Let's just call it increase number. Let's just call it increase number, because it's gonna increase the number, right? Okay, now I need to define the function. So define increase number. There we go. So what I'm gonna do first is obviously I need a variable. This variable is going to be non-local, because I'm going to use it in other parts of the program as well. I'm going to set it to, I'm going to increase the number. Okay, the number, what this is going to do is whatever the number is, it's going to add 1 to it. So if it's 0, so 0 plus 1 is equal to 1. So if it's 0, it becomes 1. It's whatever number it is, whether it's 7, whether it's 8, it's going to add 1 to it, so the number increases by 1. This is basically adding 1 to any number. Alright. What I'm going to do next is, okay, so the number gets incremented by 1, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clear all the controls of the page. Then I'm going to add the, the button. I'm going to add the button again, because clearing all the controls is going to clear the whole page. I'm going to add the button again, and then what I'm going to do is, what I'm going to do next is the number. So this number is going to be converted into a string, because I'm going to show it on the page. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign it to show number. Convert the number into a string and then show the number. Put in that number and then page.add. The number. Show number, I mean. This is going to show us the number. Alright. Yeah, okay. Now that we have the logic, and what else we're going to do is we're going to save this. We're going to call the save state function. I know I haven't created that, Well, this is going to save the state, alright? Do I have the save state function? Yeah, there it is. Return something, yeah. I need to, okay, return something. Call the save state function and give it a value. Show number. Pass the show number. This is going to be the current number, right? And then save state is going to get that number, which is going to be, for example, I have 5. Show number is going to get 5. And that 5 is going to come here inside save state. And we're going to write to it. So I need to put show number inside it. Show number. So show number is going to go inside this. Show number. And then store inside this. Show number. Alright. There we go. Show number. It's going to go inside this. So 5 is going to be written in the file. 5 gets written in the file. And that's going to close the file. Now I'm going to define another function called save state. What this is going to do is going to save the current state of the file. I'm sorry, load state. This is going to load the state of the file. And what I want to do next is I'm going to call the load state function over here, so that it loads the last state of the program. What this is going to do is it's going to open up this thing again. It's going to open this up, and what's going to happen next is it's going to open it up. It's going to read the file, read the content of the file, and save it inside a variable called return variable. Okay. It's going to save it inside. It's going to read it, read the content, and save it inside a return variable. What's going to happen next is after reading it, what else is it going to do? It's going to open, we have to load the state. We have to return something. We have to return something. It's going to read this, and then it's going to return the content. This is the content. It's going to return the content if return variable is not empty. Wait. If there's content in the return variable, it's going to return it, right? Else it is going to return 0. Else it's going to return 0. So what this is going to do is it's going to return the variable, the content, if there is something inside it. If there's nothing inside it, it's going to return 0. Alright? I also need to catch an exception. Except file not found error. So what this is going to do is if there's no file found, right, we can simply return 0. Simply return 0. That's it. gonna go here. Alright, so I totally forgot about something important. I had to put all this in the try block. And this should work now, hopefully. Put in the try block. And then I have to fix some indentation. Yeah, there we go. Fix the indentation. Alright, there it is. So this should fix it. Alright, so what this is going to do is it's going to return the content. Alright, that's going to go to the load state. I mean, load state is going to call it, obviously. The load state function is going to be called. It's going to open the file, read the contents, put in the return variable, and then return something. Okay. Return variable. Show number. Shouldn't that be show number? Yeah, this should be show number. Because that is actually what is going to be shown, right? Show number. Show number. That is the... Because that's a variable that's actually going to be shown on the screen. Show number. This is it. But this is local to this. Let's see what happens, I guess. Return variable. I need to work on my variable scopes. Okay. I can give this name value. So what this means is that when I call the save state function, something needs to be passed, right? Something needs to be passed to it, obviously. Hold on for a minute. Let me just think a bit. This is gonna open the file and write the value. Okay. And then I call save state here. This show number. This is a show number. Show number, for example, we have 5. 5 goes into the save state. 5 comes here. And then we write that 5 to the file. That's it. This is done. And then obviously I need to work on the variables. So when load state is called here, the load state is going to be called. It's going to open up the file. Oh, this should be read. This should actually be read. It's going to read stuff. It's going to read from the file. So whatever content it reads, it's going to be stored into a return variable, and this is going to return it. And that's going to be shown to the user. Well, this should work, I guess. Turn variable. You know, I have a, what's one? Non-local number. Save state. Raise load state. Alright, so, okay. So this value gets converted into string and then we show it. But in the save state, we're sending show number, and show number is a string. If show number is a string, and we're sending it to save state, which is this, then that value needs to be converted to not a string, and that's okay. It's a string. We're gonna write to the file as a string, but this is where we need to do something. This is when it's gonna be written as a string, but over here it's gonna read. Okay, I need to make something. I need to make some changes. Let me just remove the text because this is actually getting added over here. Hold it. Page that add show number. You see this? It's gonna add. It's gonna add the number to the page. And what I'm thinking is show number is going to be the incremented value, and that's gonna be shown, right? What if I add the number here? What if I do this? What if I... Alright, so, hold on. I need to assign load state to the number. Why? Because, look, load state is going to be equal to the number. Load state. What for? Because whenever the program loads, right, it's going to read the file, open up the file, read it, and whatever content is inside it's going to save in this variable, and it's going to return this variable. Because it has all the content inside it, it's going to return this variable. And then, so for example, if 5 is stored in it, so 5 is going to come back here inside this function. So 5 is going to get stored in the number, and so 5 gets loaded on the screen, I guess, right? And then we increment, and then we click on the button, and then it increments the number. You know, I could also pass show number as well. I could also do that as well. I can do that, but that's going to create an error because the number is non-local. I mean, I'm not using it anywhere, so I can just do this. And if I just give it show number, right? Non-local show number. If I just do this, it's gonna. Also, I want to, in the save set, I want to give it show number as well, because this is gonna give us the last incremented number. It's gonna give us the last incremented number. So what's gonna happen is, all right. So it loads everything. If there's nothing, it's gonna get stored in 0. So when we load the program and there's nothing, 0 is going to be stored inside show number. Hold on, and that is going to be a string when it's going to load. That is going to be a string. So show number is going to be a string now. This is going to be becoming a bit confusing because I've changed the variables. Let me just take it back to the old variables. Alright, so whatever the number was, there it is. So for example, it was 0. So 0 gets stored in this, right? And then I click on the button, I have 0 in this. 0 gets incremented 1. So 1 gets printed. Hold on. But from the file, from the text file, that was a string. 0 is now a string. I'm gonna have to convert it into an integer somewhere. I'm gonna have to convert it into an integer over here. Is it possible to do that? Oh, I can't do that right now. What if I do it over here? Alright, so this should work. So 0 is gonna be, because 0 is a string, right? It's gonna get stored in this. Because I'm getting from the text file. You see over here? Because the string is stored in the text file. The number. So when I get the number from the text file or whatever, it's gonna be a string, and I'm gonna convert it back into an integer, and then that integer is gonna be converted into a string again because it's gonna increment the integer. That's gonna become +1. So that becomes 0 plus 1 is 1. And 1 gets converted into a string and stored in this, and then it gets added to the page. And then the number is going to be 1. Okay. It makes sense now. The number is going to have 1, so the last day is going to be 1. Alright. Now I just need a small script. Open up ChatGPT. We're going to ask ChatGPT for, give me the, hold it. The, PowerShell command for, env, hold it. Is equal to set the environment variable path in Flet. So it's gonna give me the complete command. Yeah, this is it. This is actually it. So what I want to do first is I'm just gonna create a new folder, call it Flet storage. All right. Call Flet storage, and then inside it I'm gonna create a file, and that file is gonna be called flet file storage.py. No, that's gonna, I don't need to do that. The program is gonna do that itself. I just need to give it the path. The path is going to be this. It's gonna be the path. Okay. So first, I need to take the command from here and then put it inside Visual Studio Code. Alright, there we go. I need to set the path now. Hold it. Now let me get the path, which is going to be this. And Control V. Alright. That worked. So I've set the environment variable path, so when the program runs, it's going to get the environment variable path, which is this. It's going to store inside this. And what it's going to do is it's going to join the path for this storage file as well. So the path for the file is going to get joined with the path this thing has. So we have one single path. So if I run this, this should actually work. What is integer to number? Also, I also need to do something here. I need to put this inside of the text because it's not going to show anything if I don't put it inside of text. Alright, there we go. So now it's going to convert it into a string, and then it's going to be stored in this and shown on the page. And this is giving me an error, so I cannot do this over here. Instead, what I can do is the number, right? Save state. So we're working with the save state. Hold on, load state. What I can do is it's going to return this in the form of an integer. It's going to return this in the form of an integer. So that should work. That should work. So why am I doing this? Look, this is the load state. It's gonna load the last state of the app. And it's gonna open up the file, read the contents of the file, put it inside this variable. So we know that the contents are gonna be in the form of a string, right? And we don't want the string in this. We don't want to put, but hold it. If it's gonna get the content, read the string, and convert it into an integer, and that integer is gonna get returned in the load state, which is here. That's an integer. So for example, we have 0, and then 0 gets incremented. All right, I get it. I get why we're converting an integer. So look, so you see over here, the number is getting incremented by 1. We cannot do that with a string. We can only do that with an integer. So in order to do this, we need to get the value as an integer. So when we read the stuff from the file, it's gonna be a string, and this is gonna convert the string into an integer and return it. So we're gonna get for example 0. 0 gets converted into integer, and then 0 comes over here, gets stored inside the number. 0 comes here, and then 0 gets incremented by 1. If this was a string, it would not be incremented. Since it's an integer, it can be incremented, and 0 plus 1 is equal to 1, so it works. And that's it. And then we show the number on the screen. But to show the number on the screen, it needs to be a string, because text takes what kind of value does text take? Let me see. Yeah, you see that? It takes a value, which is a string. So then we convert the number, which is incremented by 1, into a string, and then that string gets shown on the screen. Show number. And the number now has a value of 1, or currently it has a value 1. We're going to save that 1 in the save state. So 1 comes here, which is, this is a parameter. 1 gets stored inside this. We open the file and write 1 inside the file. That's it. So this should technically work this time. Let's see if all goes well. If all goes well, it's going to work. 1. Hold it. I have an error. It's not incrementing, so where could be the error be? Right argument must be string, not integer. Type error. Right argument must be string, not integer. Save state. Wait. Save state is the number. Oh, okay. I get it. The number got save state. We're getting an error during the write thing. Because when we're writing, it should be a string, right? It should be a string. So what I can do is I can just convert it into a string inside this. Is that going to work? And then write the value. Write the value of the string. Alright. So the increment, so the increment is not working. But let's see if our Flet storage is working. It is also empty. Storage is also empty. Okay, so we have a lot of problems currently. A lot of problems. The counter is not working for some reason. Okay, now we're gonna need help of ChatGPT. So the counter is not incrementing. Let's see. Oh, it's equal to plus. Oh my gosh. It was, the number is equal to plus. It should be plus equal. Alright. Okay, since it's plus equal, is it gonna work now? I mean, most of the logic of my application is okay. 2, 3, 9, 10. Alright. If I play it again, it should, is it gonna save the last state of the app? It works! It's storing the last state of the app. Everything works. Although, I want to check out, this should have a file in it. This folder is empty. This is weird. Where is it saving the, where is it saving it? How is it saving the state? I don't understand. It's flat file storage, right? This file should exist. Flat file storage. That file does not exist. How is it storing it? Flat file storage. It's empty. To-do list? What is this? My file path. Oh, okay. So this is where it is. This is where it is. Okay. What path did I give it? It was this PC. Users, downloads, less storage. Users, downloads, flat storage. Here it is. Flat app storage data is equal to, yeah. Okay, I get it now. I get it. I totally get it now. Now, I forgot to give it the file name as well. It's storing it in the wrong place. Let me delete this. I need to copy this thing again. Control C. And then paste it here. Control V. I also need to give it another, so the name of the file is a flat files storage. File storage. Dot py. Alright. This is gonna send you one variable. Now this should work. Wait. Copy this. I'm gonna have to close this. So this is gonna reset the session. And now, I'm gonna run the code again. But first, let me just reset the environment variable. Alright, come on, load the terminal. Come on. Load it. Load it, please. Alright. Paste. Oh, okay, okay. CD downloads. I'm also in the wrong folder. I'm also in the wrong folder. So what I can do is, let me just paste that here. Alright. And then copy this path. And then CD downloads. What? Alright, let me just copy this then. CD, inverted commas, and then there we go. And now what I'm going to do is cut this and paste it here. Wait. If I run this is not going to run, look. It's going to give me a big error. Come on, give me the error. You see that? It gave me the error. Because the environment variable path has not been set. So now, this should work, hopefully. This should hopefully work. I'm going to set the environment variable path. There it is. And now, if I run it, it should run. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave it a 9. So our save state should be 9, right? Also, there should be a file inside this now. The file is still not there. It's still created it over here. I don't know why it's doing that. What? Downloads. I'm still in the wrong place. Okay, I know why this is doing this. Delete this. We should be here. Did I set the wrong path again? Hold it. Let me give it. We're inside the to-do list software, which is CD. We're in the wrong location, which is causing the error. Alright, now let me close it. And then restart the Visual Studio Code. Alright. Delete all the terminals. And then open up a new terminal. You see this? It's in the wrong place. So CD. And now if I run this, it should give me an error because the environment variable has not been set. Okay, I get it now. I totally get it. It's not coming out of the to-do list software path. It's not coming out of here. So let me just delete that, I guess. Close this. Alright, delete it. Alright, Visual Studio Code, you have no... What is this? Cancel? Why is it being used? I don't get it. Alright, so delete it. Let's open another program. This is so confusing. Alright, so I've restarted my PC. And I'm gonna load the terminal. There is something so wrong right now. Look at this. Yeah. Kill terminal. So it finally loaded. There is something so wrong with the terminal. I don't know what's wrong. Alright, terminal, open up. Alright, that is not a problem. I can simply close this and then open this. What I can do next is I can open this with VS Code. Downloads. Open with code. And then go to view and then terminal. There it is. Finally works. Not a problem. And then go back to the counter app. Also, I want to delete some stuff. To-do list software. Finally, I can delete it. What? I restarted my entire PC, it's still not getting deleted. This is so weird. I don't know what's wrong with this. Anyways, so the file path. Alright, so we're working on the file path. So, env. Well, let me just get it from ChatGPT because it's going to be accurate. It's going to be a lot more accurate. Restore. So, for your information, my app works. It's just, everything works. It's just setting the, what do you say? The file path. It's creating the file in the wrong place. That's it. I don't know why it's doing that. I don't get it. Maybe it should be a text file? What if I convert it into a text file? Let's convert it into a text file and where's the there was something else, you know. Where's the command gone? This is so crazy. Where is the command? Here it is. What is this doing? Alright, there it is. So, yeah. Memory variable. This is it. Alright, now I just need to copy the path. Go to the downloads. This is it. This is a path. Copy it and paste it here. And what I'm going to do is close inverted commas, enter. Alright. So let's see if it works. This should work. I need to set the environment variable again, I guess. Well, yeah, we can do that. Not a problem. I can set the environment variable again. It's unbelievable how many errors there are. Alright, so now that I've set the environment variable, run it. And then if I press counter, there we go. Leave it at 14, close it, and then rerun it. So it's working, so the file should have been created. So it should load at 15. Yes, it loaded. I'm going to leave it at 25. So now I just need to see where the file is. It's still empty, and my file path is this. So the program runs and also saves the state with the location, my variable location I gave it is this, but instead is this, and the file name is this, and the file name is this, and the code is this. Give it the code. So everything works, all right? So this is complete. Everything works. I'm just debugging stuff because it's storing the file at the wrong location. So it instead creates a file, my file path, in the downloads folder instead of the specified also let me check the type of the file. It's just a file. What could be the reason? Alright, now let's debug. Let's try to understand. It lies in how you're passing the file path to the open function. You're passing the string my file paths. What? I'm passing the string? Open function, alright. I was using that in the wrong way. Oh my gosh. I was using it in the wrong way. Unbelievable. That is the sole reason this was doing this. Okay. I was wrong all from the start. I was giving it the file name as a string, which caused it not to work. Well, then I guess delete this and then close this. Okay, I was giving it a file string, the string of the file. So this should get populated now. This should work. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to open Visual Studio Code, and I'm going to try to run this again. Hopefully this time it runs. So I'm going to delete the terminals. Delete the terminals, and then just click play. It is taking some time to load. Not a problem. Come on, load already. This is so slow. There it is. View terminal. Alright, finally. So if I click play, that was a PowerShell, and now we are in the Python. This is gonna give me an error. Come on, give me an error. Yes, good. Now I just need to set the environment variable like last time. I had no idea I was typing in the wrong, I was giving it a string. I was giving it as a string. I had no idea. Wow. Alright, so copy this. It's a dollar ENB. Okay, alright. It's really simple actually. Alright, there we go. Copy the file path. Flat storage. Alright, environment variable is set. Let's run the program. It should definitely run now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright. 14. I'm leaving it at 14. I'm going to run it again. If it is 14 again, that means it worked. It saved the state of the app. Yes, it was 14, now it turned to 15. So yeah, it saved the state of the app. And now I just need to check the file. There it is, finally works. We did it. Flet file storage. It worked, everybody. Good job. Flet file storage has been created. And if I open this up, there it is, 26. 26 is currently the last date of the app. It was 26. And now it's going to get into 27, 33. So 33 should be stored in the file now. There it is, 33. So the code works. Everybody, code works. How does it work? Let's try to debug everything. So the program loads. We import Flet and operating system. I set the environment variable location to this, which is this, Flet storage. So at this location, which is this, okay, at this location, we have this file. Alright, we have this file. And then we have the default storage location from Flet. No, hold it. I might be saying this wrong. Hold it. Let me go up. Check out the environment variable location. Look, Flet app storage data is equal to this. So what this means is I'm setting the location for the environment variable. So this is the environment variable. We got it from the operating system, and then I made it equal to this, which is this. So that environment variable, all right, that storage location. Oh my God, why do I have this? So annoying. Everything pops up. So yeah, so what I was saying was that I'm setting the location of the environment variable. So I'm setting it to this. So the environment variable storage thing is going to be at this place. And also what the file it's going to create, because it's not there. The file it's going to create is also going to be at this same location, because this is joining the two paths. This file is also going to be at the same path. It's joining them. So this file is also going to be at this path, and the Flet storage is equal to this location as well. So both the file is in the same location, and the Flet storage is also in the same location. So this is how you use Flet storage. Then what I did was I created the window and everything. Just skip all this for now, the functions. Okay, so the page starts loading, the button appears, and then we have load state. So this is actually going to get loaded. What happens here is that load state is going to get called. This is a load state. What it's going to do is it's going to open the my file path, which is this, my file path. This is the my file path. This is it. At this location, it is going to at this location it is going to do something important. It's going to open up the file. All right, it's going to open up the file, which is this file, Flet file storage. It's going to open it up, and it's going to start reading it. And whatever is inside it, So if 7 is inside it, 7 is going to get stored in the return variable. And then this function is going to return 7. But since the file has a string, that string is going to get it's going to get converted into an integer. So 7 string gets converted into an integer. So 7 is now an integer. So if return variable has a number, it's going to return it back. So 7 is going to get stored here. Where is it? 7 is going to get stored here. And on the screen, we're going to see 7 when we press the button. I mean, we're not going to see it because the logic of my app is a bit different. But 7 is actually going to be the value in the app, right? It's going to be the current value, the last load state. So yeah, and if the return variable is empty, it's going to return 0. That means either there's no file, which is this, there's no file here. First condition could be the file is not here, or maybe we're running the whole program for the first time. So in both cases, it's going to return 0. Both cases are going to return 0. And then we're going to see 0 on the screen somehow. So that was the load state. So as I said, 7, right? So for example, we ran the app last time and 7 was stored. The load state function ran, and then 7, it returned 7. 7 got it converted into an integer, and 7 came back over here, and it got stored in the number. And now the number, whenever we call, when we click on the when we click on the button, it's going to call the increase number function. Look, where's the button? This is the button. This is the increase number function. I click on the button. Increase number function is called. The number currently has 7 in it. 7. That 7 is, since this thing was called, function is called, 7 gets stored in this. Alright? Because this is the same value, it's non-local. So 7 gets into this, 7 gets incremented by 1, so this becomes 8. Clears everything, adds the button again, and then 8 gets converted into a string. 8 is here as well. 8 gets converted into a string, and now show number has 8 inside it. There we go. Show number, this is the number we're going to see on the screen. And then it's going to save the state of the number. What was the number's value? After getting incremented, obviously it was 8. It was 8, right? It was 8. And this save state, what it's going to do, it's going to send 8. Because it was 7 last time, it got incremented to 8, so the number has 8 in it. And 8, that 8, same 8, is going to get converted into a string and stored inside the shown number variable, and you see it here. So yeah, it's 8. So 8 gets sent to this function called save state. 8 comes here. It opens up the file, this file. Okay, so it's going to write 8 inside the file as a string, obviously, and that's it. So whenever we open, and if we close the file, the program, and we open it up again, so 8 is going to, it's going to load. And this time, the value is going to be 8. This time, the value is going to be 8. You get that, right? So it's as simple as that. You can play around with the logic. You can change the logic as much as you want. You can do anything. So you get the idea, right? So like, if I run this, let me tell you how it's going to work. How the logic works. It's really simple. So I press 34. Hold on. So I have 39, right? I have 39. What's going to happen now is, right now, page that out, yeah. So this is the thing that is showing us the number, 39. So 39 is currently here. And 39 is also here. This is 38. It got incremented, and now we have 39. The 39 is in both of them. What it's going to do is going to store 39 here as well. Alright? It's going to save the state 39. And now let me close the program. Let me close the program. There we go. Now if I run it again, the load state is going to load the number 39. If I press increment once, it's going to become 40. So this is going to be 39, but when I press it, it's going to become 40, right? So 39, load state 39. Right now we have 39. I'm going to increase the number, 40. 39 comes here. 39 comes here, and it gets incremented by 1. We got 40 is shown to us on the screen, and you get the whole loop. It's really simple. It's really, really simple. It's not hard. It is really simple. So that is the entire app. So thank you so much for watching the video, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And let me just scroll and show you the whole code. Let me just run the app for one last time so to make sure the code is correct. It's still running, no errors. Alright, it works. Okay, so I'm gonna scroll down one by one so you can take a good look at the code. You can pause the video. You can pause the video and try to understand the code yourself. Alright. Okay, my no, not, this is the virtual box. It's really slow today. I don't know why VirtualBox is so slow today. So this is the whole code. This is 50 lines. It is just 50 lines of code. It is really, really simple. Alright. So probably you watched the whole code, you've gone through it. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching the video. Leave a like on the video. You can comment. Let me know your thoughts. Yeah, have a very good day. Have a very nice day. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next one.